That you volunteer at all expresses that you do have heart and compassion for your fellow man. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. We recognize that. We see it. We appreciate it very much. This following technique I'm about to describe takes that basis of you have a big heart and you are in touch with your compassion because you're here, and develops on that. Hello, I'd like to share a method to release stress quickly with our big-hearted volunteers at Berliner Stadt Mission. I'm from Hawaii, and there I learned 3 different types of Ho'o Ponopono. Today I'll be sharing the quickest one with you to release stress and anxiety and other negative emotions very quickly and effectively. Now, this form of Ho'o Ponopono, and Ho'o in Hawaiian means to make, Pono means right. So it's how to make things right between yourself and other people and other persons. So it's a very simple phrase: I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and I'm grateful. Let's break that down and explain why it's so effective. There's a view of the world that says we are responsible for everything in our surrounding. When we take responsibility for what we encounter, then we have the power to change it. So the first phrase, I'm sorry, please forgive me. If we are responsible for everything that we're experiencing, then these people who, using the example of working with refugees at the Berliner Stadt Mission welcome tent, people coming in, we're responsible for their situation in life, their suffering, their loss. And if we take that responsibility and accept it and realize that their only value their suffering and loss has is to help us evolve as into better people and to awaken and further develop our compassion and empathy for our fellow man. So, as they come in and they've suffered loss, displacement, many other negative emotions, we take responsibility for that and say, I'm sorry that you had to go through this for my personal spiritual development. Please forgive me for the suffering that you're currently experiencing. It's very easy to find other actors to blame for the refugee crisis, for the war in Ukraine. But when we take personal responsibility, we cultivate empathy, compassion, and our humanity for our fellow man, and ask for forgiveness, the benefits of receiving forgiveness are clinically and scientifically measurable. And there'll be links to some of those scientific studies in the description. We benefit when we ask for their forgiveness. Now for the second half. I love you and I'm grateful. Continuing the example of working with refugees. So, here you have in front of you a person suffering loss so that we can become a better, more compassionate human being. They have played their part to help us evolve as human beings. Feel in your heart how grateful and loving you feel for their suffering so you could find your compassion and humanity, or a deeper sense of your compassion and humanity. This is easy when you give a child a box of juice and they smile back at you. Feel the love and gratitude for their suffering when they are rude and ungrateful for what you have to offer them. It's a little more difficult to feel the love and gratitude for their suffering when they are rude and ungrateful for what you offer them. It is in those situations that are difficult for your ego to accept that loving them as a fellow human being, loving them as a reminder of the divinity of all human beings, loving them for their suffering so that you could become a deeper, more compassionate person and a better human being. Loving others as you love yourself. When they are rude or ungrateful, that is where your spiritual growth happens. And are you grateful for all they have been through so that you could grow spiritually? Love for humanity was always in your heart. This person in front of you, they're suffering. Well, they're just helping you to find it and find deeper ways to express it. Thanks a lot for your attention. Please apply this simple phrase. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and I am grateful. Think it to yourself while you're looking the person in the eye. If you have any thoughts about them later, do an egoic pattern interrupt and repeat, holding the picture of the person in your mind's eye, and repeat, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and I'm grateful. Repeat that, and you will find peace and a good night's sleep. Thank you for your attention.